Greetings, I hope you're doing great. Wherever you are, whenever you are watching this video. Let's say you stop at the truck stop, right? To scale your load and you are over 80,000 pounds. Or you are overweight on your tandems and no matter how much you slide them, you cannot get it balanced out. Overweight, so let's go over this. On your steers, you're supposed to have no more than 12,000 pounds. On your drive axle, no more than 34,000 pounds. On your trailer axle, no more than 34,000 pounds. Give you a total of no more than 80,000 pounds. If you are over and you are at the truck stop and you realize this, you can go back to the shipper if it's just a few miles down the road and have them take some of the product off. But let's say you are not. Well, you have to contact dispatch. Dispatch will now send out a team, someone with a forklift, probably a truck, to take some of that product off. Very importantly, and you have to make sure that communication is going on throughout all of this, because what just happened? When that individual comes, they're going to break the seal that is on the back of the trailer to take out the product, right? They're going to take out the product, they're going to close up the trailer, and they're going to put on another seal. Now, very important, if the seal on the back of the trailer is not matching the seal on your bills that you receive from the shipper, now you show up at the receiver to drop the load off, and you have a different set of seal on the truck, you have a different set of seal on the bills. Now the receiver can reject that load. They have all right to not receive that load. The security guard, because sometimes they will check at the gate. Now, if dispatch does not communicate that to the receiver and they have no knowledge of what just took place, it doesn't matter how you try to explain. Now you are left with a loaded trailer, probably in a tangle of trying to call dispatch, trying to say, hey, this, that happened, when in the beginning, the best thing for you to do is to try to make sure and sometimes, you can only do what you can do. You know what I mean? Make sure you get it in writing too from dispatch. So a lot of times we like to make a call to dispatch and say, hey, we have this issue, but send a message, whether it's the Qualcomm, if you're working at Hirschbach, we use TransFlow, or even the Hirschbach app. Have that communication tracked where you can have proof to back you up, because nothing sucks, man. Nothing sucks like showing up at a receiver with a loaded trailer and they reject that load. I had this thing happen to me one time. It was a partial load, and it was a load that I normally run. It was from Windham, Minnesota. I would stop in Nebraska, Fremont, Nebraska, drop some of that load off, and then I would move from Nebraska down to that cold storage in Kansas City. What's that place down in Kansas City again? Edgerton. I think it's Edgerton, Kansas City. They had a temperature on the bill for Fremont, Nebraska. I stopped there, do my thing. They had a temperature on the bill, did not change it for Kansas City. When I got down to Kansas City, they were saying that the temperature should have changed from Fremont, Nebraska. And they were not going to take that load. Now I was stuck in a situation where I have to be communicating with dispatch, all that stuff, man. Not fun. But at all times, you have to do what the bills of ladle say. So if the bill of ladle that you get from the shipper says, you're going to transport this product at minus 20 degrees on your reefer all the way to the receiver, well, you got to set your reefer at minus 20 degrees. Now, if the load information that the company sends you is telling you that the load should be set at minus 10, be sure to call or text. I'm a big fan of texting. Be sure to call the company and said, hey, I got the load information here telling me that I should set my reefer at minus 10. But when I pick up the load, the bill of ladle is showing me minus 20. Sometimes the weight also, you need to make sure that there is nothing to dispute, because I've had situations where I pick up a load, the bill is saying 41,000 pounds, but when I check my information on the app that dispatch sent me for the load, they're saying that the load should have been 38,000 or something like that. No, it was vice versa, sorry. So it was way less than what I should pick up. I think it was saying 33,000 and dispatch had me picking up 41,000. Right away, that signals a red flag that lets you know that, hey, it's either I'm not getting the right amount of product or something is wrong. You got to read your bills. Very important. When I contact dispatch contact the shipper, and they told them that they drop off some of the product, which is why the weight is significantly lower than what we had in the initial beginning of the process. So things like that, you want to make sure you communicate. There's always those red flags. If you pick up a trailer, let's say drop and hook, and you see a different seal on the trailer than the seal that is on the bills, point it out to dispatch. Sometimes a driver it might be a relay load. It might be a load where someone take your empty trailer and give you a loaded trailer. Don't be in a rush to just switch over, take the paperwork and just throw in the truck. Boom, boom. Signal up your GPS and drive. Very important to check your paperwork. But key component in all of this, why I wanted to touch on this topic, was communication. As I was talking about that 80,000 pounds before, if you don't communicate, you show up at the receiver, you got a big problems on your hand. If it's over the weekend, and let's say you dealt with weekend dispatch, you show up Monday morning, you don't have things tracked the right way, it could put you in all sorts of problems. So just wanted to give you some tips to help you out there, so that if you ever find yourself in this problem, you know what to do. Not gonna keep you too long, as I always say. Hope you're doing great wherever you are, whenever you are watching this video. Stay safe. Peace.